I trained Worry Pikin, Worry Pikin.
Are you serious?
She was my dance student.
Oh, that's
They used
nice.
to come to my house. Worry Pikin naturally had that gra.
Yeah.
Right from time.
Hi viewers, it's your favorite girl, Kachi Celestine, and yes, welcome to my Story with Kachi, powered by Rhythm Africa, and I have an amazing guest today on the show, one and only Mr. Onomzy. Hi Onomzy.
I'm fine. How you doing, Kachi?
I'm doing great. So he's one of our best fitness experts and also a dance instructor, and he has so much ongoing, and he's going to tell you guys about himself. How you doing?
I'm very, very fine.
Okay, so can you kindly introduce yourself?
Okay. Where do I start from? Okay, my name is Mr. Onomzy, but my stage name is Onomzy.
Okay.
You get Onomzy, and I'm into music. I do music, dance,
Okay.
and fitness, but currently the fitness is thriving.
Wow, amazing. That's nice. So can you tell us about your childhood story?
Childhood story. That's throwback.
Yes, throwback.
Okay, childhood story have been very interesting and dramatic and fun, and also a lot of lesson to be learned from it. I think I was born in Lagos.
Okay.
You get my dad is from Akwa Ibom. My mom is from Delta.
Oh wow. Which
so
part?
you have Onome. Are you talking about Akwa Ibom?
Yes, your mom's part.
My mom's part is from Isoko Tolopia.
Okay, then how about your dad? Which part of Akwa Ibom?
From the name to call the name and the name heavy.
Is it long or short?
It's short, but like elephant leg. Literally in pattern.
Okay, you said it. No problem. Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so how is your life, like your childhood life in Lagos?
Okay, I didn't stay much in Lagos. After my mom gave birth to me. I think he didn't stay. She and my dad didn't stay long. They split it apart, and she remarried. So I went with my mom. I was very young in Warri, Delta State, and that was where my childhood life started. Okay. And that's where I went to school. And having a stepfather, it was very, very somehow was dramatic. There's some things I did in the past that I was not proud of. You sometimes we always have this mindset that some stepfathers, they kind of are very cruel to us, but we don't know that it's a type of discipline. And mothers sometimes can pet their son and pet them to the point where they get out of hand. Thank God that God was on my side. I didn't really lose guard, put it that way. It was just the mercy of God. When you're a church boy, growing as a church boy too, you also have God leading you and directing your path. Through all my childhood, there were a lot of rough moments. There are times that I think there was a point where my stepdad, because now I was living with my stepdad, and he became wealthy, and we're living the life and having all things were working, and all of a sudden, boom,
everything went.
Everything. So it'd be like village people just
came for him. So, but before then, while growing up, can you remember what separated your mom and your dad?
Baby,
you were
the
very
only thing
young.
They told me is that when my grandma carried me as a newborn baby, I fell. Maybe now I was strong now.
Okay, so there was no relationship with you and your father.
There was no relationship.
See, now?
He's late now.
Okay.
It was actually when when I was in my teenage years, and I was asking questions, and my mom said, okay, he had to. That was the first time I went to see my dad. I went on my own to Lagos.
Like from Warri to Lagos?
From Warri to Lagos. I think I was like maybe 13 or 14, walking in the street of Lagos, locating my dad. That was the first time I met my dad and all that. He was a first man. Even he died on duty. And when he even died, I cried, but I didn't feel it because there was no relationship. There was no relationship. Yeah, I didn't feel it. Yet my mom and my stepdad actually have actually been coming through for me all this while. And even though there were ups and downs where my mom would, because I had siblings, and there was this favoritism in the house.
How many are you guys?
We're kind of like, from my stepdad side, we are like 5. You get.
Okay, but
Yes.
from your mom
From my mom, I'm the only
you're the
one,
only child.
only child.
You're the heir to the throne.
Yeah, and because of that, my mom is always trying to protect and shield me.
Okay.
And once he does that, my stepdad will feel a certain type of way that he thinks I'm spoiling me and all that. But all the same, and all through that process, although during that period I worked a lot, I did a lot of jobs. You get, I didn't, I said something about he was ready.
Yeah.
Somehow things went rough and things went haywire. Everything fell apart.
The time your stepfather was rich, were you going to school, like primary?
Yeah, I was going to school.
And you were comfortable. You had a good relationship with your stepfather.
Yeah,
right?
I had a good relationship. You know, see, sometimes when money did, things they smooth,
everything
will
will
all
okay.
sweet. But when money no come dey, you can't see fault. Everybody go get pepper body. So, and during that period, we saw Oba growing up. I remember this the scenario I cannot forget when I had to be helping my mom to do concrete work. She would carry a baby in her back, and with a headpan on her head, I would be helping her.
At this stage, which class or what year were you?
I was like, I should be like maybe 11, 12 or so.
Were you done with primary school?
No, not yet. I wasn't done with primary.
So things became bad before you finished your
Yeah, things became bad.
Okay.
So somehow we're just trying to find our feedback, because now there was nothing from stepdad. Mom was trying to find way to assist and probably feed the family. And through all those process, it was a lot of shame. There were times, because I was a student and I had a lot of friends. When my mom takes me to work and we're doing the work, once I see babes who I know the pass, I'll run, go hide.
You're using pride to work and you're coming at the same time.
Yes, okay. Go hide. You get. I didn't even. There's this part of my story that I was very dull from primary 1 to 2. I didn't know Jack. But I don't know from nowhere how I became brilliant. From 40 in the class, all of a sudden I went to second.
Okay.
It just because I knew. I'm not saying that it was because of I was disciplined, because in the compound where we stay, it was like face me and face you. They had some very good folks that when you fail, you bring your hand, they will flog you like.
They'll flog you, yeah.
They'll flog you.
Which school? Which school?
That school name, if I call her, man.
Is in Warri?
Primary school in Warri.
In Warri.
Yeah. Then I now went to one Kong school. You know, then maybe now we school don't turn body. Now school, everybody now Jebota, social media, Gen Z. Yeah. Then there were a lot of fight and cultism. There are sometimes that we just come to the school, Ugbe secondary school, another school, we just come and they'll start fighting. Yes. Everybody start to the base, different area. You get located before you know, we go there happy at school no day today.
Because of the fight.
Because of the fight. But through all those process, I think it was from when primary 2, 3, I became very smart and intelligent. From there, I never go beyond from first, second, third. Okay. And it actually helped me to be able to articulate and be very smart enough to hustle, because you know, people always feel like school is scam. It's not scam. It just makes your mind to think 10 times better than the other people. Okay. I know grace also is there, but school has a way that influences your mind to think intelligently. I studied computer science in University of Benin, but I didn't use it. But the effect it has on my mind, it's enormous. The ability, because it's solving problem. You're pushing your brain to solve problem, to think, to read, to cram, to be able to understand mathematical problems, and that will influence your mind in every aspect of your life. When hustle hit, you get. That's why I feel I want to divert a bit. I feel some persons that finish school and they don't thrive, they become something else. It's because they don't know how to channel that energy from school into something else. You must have a hustling spirit. And my mom, going through all those phases of a lot of suffering and me going to work with her, put that hustling spirit in me. As I did now, if they say funds no dey like this, I go look wetin I fit sell here. Not like I go sell am, you get, I'll look something creative wey I fit do wey go bring money. I just can't stay. It was the school and my mom going through all those phase of ups and downs and many negative times and
At this
trials.
point, what was your stepfather doing?
My stepfather was just in Lagos. He was doing his thing. You get, never, send me. You get.
Okay, so the period you were suffering with your mom, he wasn't making effort to also support the
No, he
whole.
wasn't. He didn't even support me. He didn't even support me at all. But I don't neglect the fact that he was the one that was the medium God used to bring me. I still respect him and all that. He's late now, like I said previously. But I don't neglect that aspect of him. When I went to see him, we bonded. Okay, I got to learn some stuff from him during that period, discipline and all that. Came back.
Okay, this is about your biological dad.
Yeah, this is about my biological. After,
Okay, so your stepfather, the period you and your mom were suffering and all, where was your stepfather at this point? Was he also
okay,
trying
my
to-
stepfather,
yes.
he was trying to make ends meet also.
Okay.
Because his certificate was not paving way, he had to find other ways to also too. And he would keep applying for jobs while trying to still find ways to make ends meet, but things were not working. That was when I discovered other talent. I discovered I could dance. I fell in love with watching Michael Jackson, P Square, and Usher. I would spend hours and hours watching them in the room. You get, and so that influenced my life. I didn't know that I was going to pass through that route. In my mind, I would be a petrochemical engineer. I went to PTI to I also went to I tried to get into some university that will take me to the route where I have to go into the oil business in Nigeria. Then oil na everybody, either you be doctor engineering or maybe something like law or something.
But did you pick the interest of dancing after your secondary school? And were you also schooling and working with your mom?
Okay.
Or you had to pause for a while and focus?
It was actually when I was in secondary school. My mom did all the hustling, but though I was with her,
Okay.
with some support from my stepdad, because once in a while, man, where they also, even though funds when they come, funds will still come once, so he will support. My dad was the major backbone with my mom, my stepdad, that helped me through primary and secondary school.
Okay.
Shout out to my stepdad.
Okay.
And so from that moment, after I finished secondary school, is ready to your tent.
So you were now on your own.
I'm now.
But you were still living with your mom?
I was still living with my mom.
Okay, so after secondary school, what was the plan next? Did you apply for JAM?
We were just trying JAM, but the JAM would jam us.
How many times?
I tried just like 4 or 5 times. I tried JAM. That's when we tried PTI too. We tried different schools, but I didn't. In all of this, we were trying. I was already in the area on the line of dancing. I was already dancing, but I never knew I could take it serious. I started from the church. I danced in school during those end of year parties. That's when I hear people scream and they were happy. I said, "Oh, I get this thing, oh." You get, and I was also singing. Then I used to use my voice to woo young ladies. Not like here.
So you dated when you were in secondary
No,
school?
I didn't date, but you know this thing. It's inherent in all man.
You were only eyeing them, but you did not date.
I did not date.
So you were wholly after secondary school.
Yes.
You were on your own.
It was on my
And your
own.
eyes still did not open during
But
that
part
time.
of me, I still had that thing like you get for ladies. I still had it, and then I will use music, blues in those days. I'll be singing blues, brand Mike Knight. There was this song. Try to remember the song where I stay. This song. Oh, you get. And during those when you sing, they say oh. And during those what do you call it? Extra cool nights. Time we sing songs. I saw Jay-Z don't know to be extra
So
cool.
while you're waiting for your job to work,
I was exploring.
Okay.
But it didn't work. It wasn't working. But God had other plans. In the whole process of it not working, I was dancing in church, winners precisely. And as I was dancing, I had a crew. I had a crew with a guy called Dre Beat. All of us used to dance in those. We dance called Winnie Step, and Dre Beat was. I think he was the first person that did one of the beat that I started singing to, because then I could dance and I could sing. Then afterwards, there was this crew called Flame Inspired. They were well known. They came to Benin, and I was in Dre Beat's house, and we started freestyling. And from there, that was the first time I stepped outside the shores of Worry to work with the crew. And they saw me that, guy, you are out of this world. You cannot
where did you guys go to?
We went to Benin. We came to Benin close to.
Okay, that was the first time in Benin.
That was my first time in Benin. Okay. And from there, that was the first time I participated in a competition. They took me to a competition, and they told me, it's not that they told me, I was actually the best in Nigeria then when it comes to b-boying. That's what they call stunt or b-boying in the area of dance. I was the best then. And that was like the turning point for me. It changed my direction into entertainment.
How many years? You've already written Jam a few times. So how many years did you go into this dance thing before?
Yeah, why during Jam, while doing it, I was doing the dance thing. I was maybe going to small gigs around the city.
It lasted for like 2 years, 1 year, month?
For like 3 years.
Okay, for like 3 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Afterwards, from there, that's when I bump into this Flames inspired with Dre Beat, and I left them. I was now moving from one state to the other. That's when dance started taking me from one state. As the first time I had to send my mom money from a competition that I won.
So that means she was in support from beginning, right?
At first, she was not supporting. She was not supportive of it.
How did you
not like she was not supportive. She had this cold shoulders. Like, she wanted me to be an engineer, a petrochemical engineer. And now things are not working, and you're going to dance. It was just off. And my dad, I think my stepdad then, he had issues with me doing it too. You get, because he has also invested money in my primary and secondary school with my mom.
They wanted you to do something more better.
Something more better. But as I started going from, I don't know, maybe it's there's this thing about me. I'm just so creative, just so good at what I do. It's just by the mercies of God. So then, as I started moving from one place to place dancing, there's nowhere I go that I will not leave my mark. And people are like, who is this guy? It was then another crew came and said, okay, we want to work with you. They took me down to Lagos again. From Benin, I went to Lagos. From Lagos,
at this point, I know that you'd be thinking that I don't want to go to school again.
It was at the back of my mind. I knew I was going to go to school.
Oh, okay. So it was something that you come back to.
Eventually, I would definitely
come back.
But
at this period now, aside following the dance thing and all of that, did you now enter into relationship? Because I know that time I used to hear story. I used to hear, I used to see it. Dancers in that dance crew, one follow two.
Yeah.
Another, so that your dance crew. What was
I skipped one part. That's when I met. There was this girl I feel like I wanted to marry. I feel like when you don't date person for 7 years, person break your heart. And I know even smell Congo.
Wait. The time you were doing take me back.
7 years.
Where did you meet? Is it from Worry?
It was from Worry.
You guys, she was in your dance crew.
It was my namesake, Onomzy.
Oh, Onomzy, do you strong thing?
I go call her name.
Don't worry. Onomzy lost in the video. Is she not married?
No, she's not married, but she dances with Kafi now.
Oh, don't worry, Onomzy.
She's very popular now in Lagos.
Very good. She'll even greet you.
Yeah. Big shout out to Onomzy. You do me bad.
Onomzy, why?
Maybe now why artists they always use Onomzy to sing now because of that Onomzy.
Onomzy, why did you do that?
Do you know what it means? I was in love.
She's your first girlfriend, Abi?
Yeah, she was my first girlfriend. I took her everywhere because then I was not gaining popularity from when we started dating. First, she believed in me because I was very good.
Yeah.
She was the only person that believed in me. And we spent time together. And I went through a lot with Onomzy. Onomzy, they used to call us Onomzy boy. Wait now, they used to call us Onomzy boy and Onomzy girl.
Okay.
Yeah. Onomzy girl had kidney issues then. Yeah, there I would pray with her.
But you didn't give her your kidney?
No.
Okay.
It was just kidney stone. It wasn't serious. With time, she got better.
Okay.
But there are several times that she even faint in my hand. And all through this process, me being with her, you get, and staying with her and me showing out some. I think it was true. You know, when you help somebody, she helped me by always being there. Sometimes when funds don't go there, she dey support me by always being there. Then when I started seeing light and I carried her along, when I was going to Lagos, because I was an asset to the team, and I said I need my girlfriend to be with me. They couldn't say no. So Onome was with the team all through. That was when the first time she met Cafe, and that's why she's still working with Cafe till now.
Yeah. So you show Onome the way.
I show her.
Onome did not show you the way.
Onome, he sidelined me.
But were you
but I fuck up, cha.
I
F up at one point.
What did you do?
During that time, there was this crew. I was the best female crew in Nigeria. Then I was training them.
Okay.
Then we were already in university. I was already in university. We'll get to the park of university. I was training the team, and you know when you were a star, I was already a star. I was a Mortal Guinness ambassador.
Celebrity.
Yeah, they already knew me around Nigeria. I will go for tour, and imagine being a member of a team that's an ambassador and you are the best in the team.
Yeah.
You know when you say you're good, I was good. I still good to Nasha. But in the team, I had ladies, they liked me.
Did you like them?
Don't be say I don't like them.
Don't be
see, man, don't be say we don't like her.
Okay.
I'm talking about, but now discipline will say no. So most time when they have rehearsals, Onome, they are going, one of them will pretend say he forgets something.
They will now
come back. You get. And I think I messed up. Not like I had an affair. I had an affair with a friend. And she caught me.
Wait, let me drink water. Wait. It's getting hotter.
And so she caught me. And I begged. I think when she broke my heart, it pained me. But I knew that I messed up at a point.
She caught you red-handed?
Not like she caught me red-handed. I opened up to her.
Okay, what really happened? Take me through that route. What really happened?
And okay, what happened is that there's this lady, I don't call it. She's a popular dancer too in Lagos.
Okay.
I don't want to call her. Okay.
Ify, why?
So then I and Ify was a very fine, petite, small girl.
Oh.
And so when we started working together as a group, and I don't know, I just developed this likeness for Ify because she was very fluffy and but at the same time, I knew I loved Onome. But there's this side of me that I also have flesh, which is lost. I'll call it lost. Infatuation.
Okay.
So I was obsessed about Ify. We liked ourselves and all that. So sometimes Ify would come visit me without Onome knowing. And Ify was very close to Onome. They were friends. And so from there, somehow, I think she saw a message on my phone from Ify and all that.
But you knew from beginning that they were friends.
I knew.
Your conscience did not.
He judged me.
Okay. And you see where the head.
I see where
you see follow that conscience.
I sometimes there's some things you do, you just do like what they worry you, no man, what they do yourself.
Okay, so
she caught me and I had to open up. I said I'm sorry. From there I cut off from Ify. And even though I cut off from her, I still liked her. I wanted to I wish I could just
follow their tune. I married their tune.
But you no go work.
No work.
Then because then I was not going to school.
Okay.
Now Onome was now more exposed. Was now going for event because now I groomed the girls. Even what's this lady? I trained Worry Picking.
Are you serious?
She was my dance student.
Oh, that's
They used to come to my house. Worry Picking naturally had that gra.
Yeah.
Right from time. So they used to come to my house. I'll train all of them. So after some time, they will go for competitions. There was this competition they went for. And as soon as Onome had exposure, she met a couple of singers. More singers.
And they were fine.
Fine guy.
They had money.
The guy is fine. The guy is Port Harcourt. So when I know say it all said, say Onome don't
they
leave me.
Shift.
Now when time will be say Onome go say, babe, you didn't come to visit me. Okay. He said after their competition and everything, and he say he has something to do in Warri. She go pass Warri, but the guy dey stay Port Harcourt. She wan go see family. Me I dey Benin, go pass through Benin, pass through Warri, come go see the guy for Port Harcourt.
Oh no, man, that's what they do.
As in, see, I'm bros. Like, see, I know go shame to. I say I know lash.
For 7 years. But you lash if now, at least you still collect from the friend.
I really didn't. Then there's something about me.
Okay.
There's something
you
about
want water?
No.
So like
because
yeah, you have to because you lead it. You even lead it.
Okay, wait. Then we make out, but I will not go beyond. There's, even though what I knew that what I was doing was not right, because I was a church boy.
Okay.
So there was this seed also in me that will always hold me back when I want to do something. I had the opportunity to disvirgin her, but I didn't disvirgin her.
Okay.
I had the opportunity of disvirgin. I'm not going to call the other person, okay. But I didn't. But
means there are 3. Okay, still 2 person. Okay. No worries. Go on. Go on.
But I didn't, because there was this thing. Even the ones we were doing was this sin. But what man will do? I don't get the capacity yet to handle this whole thing. So then, what even pay me pass? Make her jump forward. When she break when I found out, because after she go Warri, she will say, I'll call a beggar, yeah, come see me. We'll take time to see. Then we're not having a lot of fights and all that. And there was one of our friend, I think it was our friend, because our friend liked me too. One of our friends, that was not Iffy, that actually broke the how do they call it? Broke the camel's back. I don't know. There's one language.
It was the friend that told
me that this is your babe. So you get who it is. You get one guy, all of us, when we did that side, where they follow the line, where they sing for Ramo. You get from there. And I said, okay, let me browse. I know the guy's name because she has talked about the guy. Say there's nothing.
Is it a popular person that we know?
He wanted to be popular, but he no blow.
He wanted to.
He was into music, but
it didn't work out.
It didn't work out. Okay. But I don't know if he's still into music. So then Onomzy will, and I went to check on Facebook. That on Facebook now they rain. Instagram never come that time. I check on Facebook. I was not browsing. That same period that I will ask Onomzy to come and stay with me. That's the same period I saw those pictures with the guy.
She and the guy.
They were already dating. So I called her. As I called her, she didn't want to leave me too.
Okay, so what happened?
She was crying and I was crying on phone.
Oh, yeah. Sweet love.
Yeah. So from there, that was just the end. And she even because it was her friend that told me, that gave me clue. So she and her friend had issues. Because
how did they have the issue? Did you go to her to tell her that the friend?
I when we were having the conversation, so like, who told me blah 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 blah? I said it was just a person that told me, because out of that anxiety, anger, and everything,
you just
see, I cry like a baby.
I can imagine.
I cried for 7 years, and I almost went into drugs
during that
period, because the friends I was with, I was even going through a whole lot that period, because then I don't all money that they finish. You get. Okay. I was going to school and I was training because I trained myself through school. So I was not having enough funds, and shows were not being consistent because I go to shows a lot there. And so because the shows were not consistent, I was now moving from house. I was now squatting with friends. Oh. So I was already in a very tight situation.
Okay.
That period when she can't break my heart joint. Like they broke my heart joint.
So the whole thing affected you.
It affected me mentally. I cried. I was down for a long time. Now small thing I make me no enter. I triumph. Now God now deliver me. I tried it. But in that period I was praying. I was not asking God, have mercy on me and strengthen me, restore me. I was just praying. I was praying. Somewhere along the way, that was the first time after that period I was able to get better, but still I was still once in a while I was still cry. When you've invested a whole lot in a lady, and you get last come put pepper for your eye.
Did she give you reasons why she cheated on you and did not end up with you?
No, she didn't give me reason. Maybe she didn't believe in me hard enough or strong enough.
You didn't see it. Maybe it's like revenge, probably because you followed her friend. You didn't.
I feel it might be revenge, but it might not also be revenge. There are ladies that are naturally good, but it's just that, see, ladies, ladies, even though they are good or they mean well for their guy,
Mhm.
see, me they know day with some other guys. So you get some guys we get that mumu bottle, and ladies when they don't dare like. That's why most time men they always stay conservative with their women. Don't go here, don't go, don't be friends with, don't have male friends. Because all those ones say I get BF na guy. Those one are rubbish. You can't see
So me, my bestie now
my
rubbish.
bestie.
My bestie now. I get bestie.
They run your bestie. They
They-
do.
oh wow.
No, I don't
You
permit
don't.
besties.
Okay.
You could have acquaintances, friends in the office.
But in your cycle, knowing that you're a dancer and this dance crew, they like dating themselves. It didn't click or come to your mind that something like that might happen. At the end of the day, you just see her pulling out from the relationship. You didn't see it coming.
The way everybody sees us, they already these people they don't marry.
Okay.
Onome girl, Onome boy. Nowhere you see Onome that you not see Onome boy. We're always together. There was a time in Unibend that I was rehearsing with my crew, and she was always with me. She was always with me. So she was with me, and something happened. I think there was Unibend that time with cultism, and the shotgun. I think it was what is that hall? There's this place I'm trying to remember that people come to read in school. All of a sudden, everybody started running. She was sleeping. I was close to her. I ran. I said, forget person. Oh. I carry Onome. They run.
They're supposed to be an art film.
I swear, I carry Onome. They run. When I look back, when I remember, I say, you mumu. You're the mumu for long.
No, I think that's the poor part about your
I don't
relationship.
do like film. Be like movie. I think, but I say, now me be this. I'm like, was this me? So, but we don't grow, and everything work together for our good. Even the errors we make, sometimes it still redirects us to the right path. It might not be the perfect will of God, but you just find yourself in the will of God. As much as your heart is in God, you love God and all that. There's a perfect will, acceptable will, and the good will of God. We might not be in the perfect will, but if you stay aligned in long enough, you find yourself in the will of God. So in all of this, we are still close. We turn parties.
Okay, you guys were now talking.
Because when I come recently, I can't go through our pictures. I said, now this guy they die for. I can't they look. I said, now this guy they. So no man.
That time in your front, she's hot, she's fine, and she can dance.
Yeah, she hot person. And she was the best dancer.
But I wanted to ask something. That friend that told you about your girlfriend cheating on you, did you at any point had anything with that?
No, I didn't have anything to do with her.
Okay.
Yeah, there are some people they like you, but you still you are not drawn to them, so you just keep it like that.
Okay.
But it was for the other one, I just had this thing for her, and so where were we?
So after your whole breakup with Onome,
yeah.
So what happened next? How did you survive? I know you already had broken, and you were now broke.
So yeah. So from there, I think I drew closer to God.
Okay.
It happened for a reason. I drew closer to God.
Which church were you going to?
I was at first I was going to Winners for now. I switched to Christ Embassy.
Okay.
Then from there I drew closer to God and I started dancing in church again. That was the first time they invited me somewhere and I actually turned up the place and it was an amazing ministration or will I call it performance, any of them. And that was also the first time they gave me a certain amount of money that it was during that period I was broke. I was praying and asking God for help, and I was also in school.
Yeah,
you get and trying to. I think I was in 300 level. Okay. So I was looking for money to probably fix some stuff in school, buy handouts, keep up and all that, and it was not easy, but thank God for that event that brought some money. From there, it brought other events. They started calling me from different states through that event, and God had mercy. And also during that process, I didn't say one part. And this also we also make people that are into that they have potentials or talent. We encourage them. Like I said, dance. I trained myself through school with dance. It was dance that helped me to finish school. You get, and I got my first 1 million naira. Also, that's first 1 million naira from dance.
In the church,
Not in the
or okay,
church.
from the
From the
whole.
whole dance. Motagness. You know, I told you I was Motagness
But in
ambassador.
this period, were you still into drugs? Because
No, I stopped it. It didn't even last long. 1 week.
what made you go into drugs in the first place?
I needed a diversion. I need something to blow my mind from thinking about the heartbreak too much.
From your relationship.
Yeah.
So how did you go into the drugs?
I had a friend that's
That's a drug addict.
That's a drug addict. The guy is just a drug addict, codeine stuffs and all that.
Which one did you take?
I think I
I think
it was yeah, I've repented. It was codeine and one other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Codeine. Okay. So where did you get the money to buy the drugs? Because I know that.
No, it was my friend. He go now the supply. Now the author, the finisher of the
okay, so you were just taking free
drugs because I was squatting with him. I didn't have anywhere to squat. And you know when you stay with somebody, you guys do it to the person they do. Maybe the person no feel bad, control, we come out for a house.
That was how you were thinking.
That was how I was thinking.
Okay.
But I also use it as an avenue to probably shield my mind from the pain and all that.
So taking drugs for 1 week, how come you could
overcome it?
Yes, like to stop it very fast. I know some persons even 3 days already addicted, more than the person that taught them.
I think like I said, it's just God's mercy.
Okay.
God's mercy that helped me, because I knew some of the guys that did it then. If you look at them, that their life don't wayward, don't turn upside down. Yes. Some guys I see around, you get, and because then the place we're staying was a shithole, but I didn't have any place to stay.
Where was the place? Is here in Benin, right?
Yes, here in Benin.
Where was the area?
It was around Adesua.
Upper.
No, not upper Adesua. The one area in Adesua, one corner, like one happier way.
Yeah. The happier way does not have name.
No, can't go
okay. Okay, so the guy you were staying with that was into drugs.
Yeah.
He's staying at Adesua.
Yeah.
So which part of Adesua?
Somewhere around Adesua.
Somewhere around. Okay. So after that, how were you able to stop?
I think, like I said, even in midst of being in all this process, I was praying and asking God for help. So there was this, I don't know how I managed. I just find myself that God took me from that clique of friends, and boom, I remember there was now a dance and a fitness person that came to the city, because I've been away from Lagos after some time.
Okay.
So this guy came and he asked Director ABD, one of the biggest directors in Southside. He asked Director ABD, say, why are you inviting dancers from Lagos? You have one of the best dancers in Nigeria in this state. He's schooling in Uniben. Say, who? Dancers not there, those states. And I said, okay, wait. Now called me. Then when he called me, I went to see ABD. That was the first time I met ABD. And from there, they did audition. ABD said, Jesus. And I already had the influence of dancers in Edo State.
Yeah.
It's like, they don't say dancers there, but dancers there. So from there, I started working with ABD. That's when I left that clique and I was staying with ABD. I stayed with ABD for about a year. I was cutting with him. You get. I'm surprised I didn't even learn video directing. That's why I'm actually good in video editing when it comes to editing videos on content with my phone. But I didn't go because I said, now how many things I want to do. So that's when I started staying with ABD. From ABD, I was going with ABD from one video shoot to another. And at this, I was getting some small tips and going for small shows. That's how I separated from those cliques that I almost got into drugs with.
Okay.
So it was just God's divine direction. Like I said, at every point in time, I always run to God for help. And God will just, I don't know how it happened. He will just orchestrate something that would take me away from that situation. Okay. And so from working with ABD, I introduced him to a lot of dancers. Some of the dancers he has now, I introduced him to them. I even introduced Onomzy to ABD still.
What does the ABD, like, what does it do? The person?
ABD is one of the dopest director in Southside. He's still, to me, I feel like he's still the dopest, but he's more based in Lagos now.
Okay, director in what? In
music video, movies, and all that.
Okay, so director into it, like entertainment.
Entertainment, video shooting, cinematography,
Okay.
and all that. He's so good. Like, he was the first set of folks in video in cinematography in Edo
Okay.
State that gave Edo State the quality of video. They're like, whoa. And then boom, started having jobs and jobs and jobs upon jobs. And thank God I was with him. I also met some stars in South South, and gradually I started getting myself back and all that. And from that point, I think from that point, I didn't say that during my time when I won Motor Guinness straight dance.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a couple of friends that were doing straight. So
Okay.
I decided to,
You joined.
can't beat them, join them. And but like I said, just the way I stopped the drugs, because that thing God didn't want me to do it, I just find myself stopping at the same time.
How long did that one take?
In I think maybe 2 years or a year.
And you were able to make something out of it.
Yes, now you get, say if you get your head get oil, anything you touch, you must work. I don't even meet somebody. I met somebody in this town that was begging me that time when I entered fitness. I'll go back to how I entered fitness. I met somebody in this town while doing fitness. He met me, say, "Guy, just look me, get the way till look me up and down. Can't touch me, cause your head get oil. I'll carry you go Ghana." I said no. I just like, okay.
And you don't know the person.
I don't know the person. I just met him. I started training the guy. And
Okay.
so we became friends. The guy's wealthy, rich, and all that. But I already knew that, nah, I can't get back. I can't go back to this thing anymore. My heart is already in a different path. I want to work hard, and with application of God's grace, I will get there. I just gave him, okay, I will work. I will be available. I will try and go. But what I did is that, thank God I had exam that period too. And so in school I had exam. I told him that I can't go now, but I get one guy. You can't look the guy. The boy still get oil too. One guy for where I dey stay. And from there, he picked the boy. The boy never last 1 week. The guy,
What was he taking you? Like, why does like the person that wants to take you to Ghana is for what? Is it for dance or for that?
for dance care.
For the streets
To make bread.
Oh wow. Okay.
Mhm.
So the person that he left with was your friend.
It was
the person
it wasn't like my friend, it was like a boy.
Okay.
So the boy cash out. The boy come back. He all soft me like 100K.
And you collected.
I no go collect.
But you said you didn't want to go now.
I didn't want to go. We say I no collect money.
But you were in support of it because it's another
Not
person.
really. Not really.
Did you feel like if you had gone, nothing would have
Funny
happened?
enough, in back of my mind, I say, okay, when I finish this exam, I feel go.
Go, okay.
You know, when we say you dey struggle with something, you don't want to do am, but you want to do am.
Okay, so
I wanted to, because I needed money. I needed money because you know when you have this big dream, these visions on your music and all that, but the funds are not coming.
Yeah.
You have to look for the funds. You get, so in my mind, that's okay. I have to elevate or get my family out of this state. And I have to make something with my music and fitness and entertainment. And that's when I was giving it a second thought. After your exam, just go. Just go. But when I was contemplating to make the right choice, that's when an issue came with the guy I sent.
Okay.
And the issue has to do with diabolical stuffs. You get.
Who was doing the? Was it the guy that took him?
That's not the chairman. They do the level.
But he's not using the people.
I don't know how they do it, but then from there, somehow they had issues with money.
Okay.
And they didn't want to give the boys money and all that. Somehow they came back, and a lot of issues. They finally settled the matter, but they gave the boy some part of his money. And that was how that phase of my life of getting back into fizzled out. But there was a turning point that I had in church. Then I look very good on my social media. So naturally I have ladies come, foreign ladies come, they're attracted to me. And so because of that, I had people sponsoring me from beyond the shores of Nigeria. And I met a friend. They always meet people will be saying, I met a friend that said, Alpha, guy, get this thing for that way, take advantage of cash out. I was like, okay. So we had a plan, and we're trying to we did some documents and all that. The guy did some documents, and already in the face, I was in church that day. I think it was
This time, which country?
I was in Nigeria now.
Okay, the plan that your friend brought to you, like he was telling you, was it to collect money from the ladies?
From the lady in
Okay,
UK.
okay.
So I was in church, and pastor was just saying, he said something. He said, there's this guy, you want to do something. Once you do it, you will never return back. Your life will just take a different turn. Then I started crying in church, and I went home, called the lady that, sorry, it's all fraud, that I plan to blah, 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 blah.
You went to tell the lady, you can as well just forget about it and don't do it. Why did you now call?
I called because I wanted her not to fall into another hands again.
Okay, so but was that helpful?
It was helpful. That was helpful.
But that did not destroy your relationship with the person?
No. Temporarily. But because I was honest.
Okay.
Yeah. But it gave her that illumination on, this is how
they behave.
They behave. And from there, we still talk.
But at that point, were you in any relationship again? Because at this point, you've gone far after your heartbreak, and also
I wasn't in any relationship.
You were just playing around.
But I was just having friends, and
not having friends. Were you playing around? Because
I was trying to get into a relationship. I was like, okay, mercy.
It didn't work. But you were having fun. You were okay now. I now see you went to street. There were things that would have still pushed you to do a lot of things.
Yeah,
you understand. And
so it was actually from that street, from that era, that I also met a friend called Bluetooth that introduced me.
Bluetooth. Somebody's like guy name. It's a guy name. It should be a guy name. You people are hearing a lot of things.
I swear. Bluetooth. It was very popular.
After somebody will come out and say it's speaker.
His repairs phone. Okay. And because I was this popular dancer, everybody just likes me. So he was very close to me. He introduced me into fitness. And when I said fitness, in a month, do you believe that my salary in a month was 6,000 naira? Yeah, in a month.
That's for the fitness job.
For the fitness job. And we started doing fitness from there, because now I have to just find a way, since I can't do fraud. Okay. And how would I put it? Will I say I didn't learn any perfect handwork, like,
so there was no skill.
There's no skill. So what I had was my strength. My strength was my skill. I had strength.
You also had talent.
I had talent. Yes. So I said, okay. I started doing fitness with Bluetooth. I was learning the basic. And
were you done with school at this point?
Yeah, I was done with school.
You're done with school. So it's another phase of I was
another phase. I was doing the whole thing with Bluetooth. Then I started growing gradually, and during that process, I was also doing some miniature job. I go package you. You get. I'll package, even when I'll package, I'll still go pack sand, go do small bouquet.
You serious?
Yes, during the time when people say I don't blow, I say they do some kind
coded job. You just do it on the low so that people will know.
People not gonna know. Now, owner of job go just come go say, who be this fresh guy? What did they do for you? They call me Rapsy no at that time. Because I go they dance, they walk, they sing, they walk.
Wow, that's a whole lot too.
As I go they freestyle, they do they pack sand. I go they sing. Sometimes some ladies go pass. Who is this guy? But they do my work though. But then there's sometimes I'll just still cover my face. I don't want me.
Yeah, you don't want anybody to recognize.
But I just got to hustle. Yeah. But that phase, while I was doing fitness. Okay. I just somehow, because whatever I put my hand to do, I do it diligently.
Yeah.
And according to the scripture, it says, "See a man diligent in his duty, stand before kings." Doors started opening. For this guy, I had an issue with the owner. Do you know? He pursued me.
What kind of issue?
Issue with funds and all that.
His money went missing.
No, not like money missing. He didn't want to pay. He didn't want to pay me my due recompense. So we had an issue and all that. So I left.
Without payment, you left?
Without payment, I left. Then from there, I went to another fitness center. Again, I was working there.
Before you became a fitness instructor, Did you at any point work out, like work on your body? Like, were you going to gym?
Funny enough, I didn't work on my body because I was more like a calisthenic dancer.
Okay, so it was very
It
easy
was
for you
natural
to, yeah,
for
okay.
me to have that body. So it's just like I've been working out for years. So most time when I'm at the gym and people say, how you take get this body, or how you take this strong, I just smile. I
But you
say,
don't have muscle. I'm not seeing muscle.
no,
Do like this.
if I push it, you'll see more.
Is it also push it? From some of them, when they wear this body, I'm
No, okay, now there are different type of fitness people. There are people that are more like bodybuilders, bouncers, and all that. Then there are also fitness people. They call them calisthenics. There's lean muscle.
Okay.
There's bulk muscle. Me,
Can
I'm
you guys
more,
hear that?
yeah,
I'm learning.
I'm more on the lean muscle type.
Okay.
Although there are different type of body type. We have mesomorph, endomorph, and ectomorph. Those will influence how you train yourself.
Okay.
Then also, for me, I'm a kind of a lean muscle man guy. I would have trained myself to become a bulky guy, but because I'm still into entertainment, I don't want to look that big. Me go bounce at the dance like this on stage.
Okay, like
or bounce at the sing for stage. I say, who be this bouncer they sing?
We'll even change your name, Seth.